What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Abel Oyedele. Welcome to another episode of Disclosure with Stride, where we tell you the secret things and everything that you need to know about any topic we talk about on Disclosure with Stride. I am in the building today with a couple of faces. The very handsome man and very beautiful woman beside me. But before we go to them, make sure you do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification button, and make sure you also drop a comment and like for this video. Now, let us move to our guests. On my right here, okay, they're all on my right, but on my right here is a beautiful lady and a very handsome man. I even picked him as my role model already. Don't worry about that. But we have a beautiful woman, and I'll let her introduce herself. I'll let him introduce himself too. So, Ma.
Good afternoon. My name is Omolara Svensson, and I'm the TMD of OOK Group. A lot of people knows me with OOK Farms.
Welcome to Disclosure with Stride.
Thank you.
Yeah, ladies first. So, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Prince Temilade Adewi. I'm the
Omoba vibes. Go down big.
Look at you. I'm the director of OB Security.
Oh.
Yeah, everything security.
Very welcome to Disclosure with Stride, sir. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, today we are going to be dealing with JAPA. You know, everything about JAPA. It's since the MD saga. JAPA has been a topic for almost everybody. I do not know your perspective about it. Personally, I've not left the shores of Africa. No, let me use this country. I've not left the shores of Africa for a long time. Even Nigeria, the most I've spent outside this country is maybe 2 weeks or 1 week. But I know you have experiences with living in the country, and I know that you have maybe family members or maybe friends that have left the country. I want you to give personal insights about JAPA and how it weighs down on us as people, maybe positively, maybe negatively. So I'll first start with your thoughts about JAPA, because my thoughts is definitely different. For example, I believe that I do not want to, as good as I don't want to, my children to use their life, all of their childhood outside the country. They will lose a touch of your culture. They lose a touch of your family. They lose a touch of maybe the system of Nigeria. They should know how Sakpa is once in a while. So, but I feel
Sakpa is everywhere.
yes, no, Nigeria Sakpa is specially made.
That's what you think.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Well. So, what is your perspective, man? Let me start with you. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think this is a very, very interesting topic. And it's a topic that I take personally because it's affecting us already in the country. It has been affecting us for a long while, but now it's become a pandemic. Whichever way you want to look at it. If you look at the workforce, you look at, I'm not going to call names, but there is a multinational company. This was even about 5 years ago, 2018, thereabout, that a whole department didn't show up for work on a Monday.
Wow, a whole department.
Yes, and they all had gone off to Canada. You know, it's that bad. So take it down from multinationals to nationals to even to just schools. You know, you see that we're not doing ourselves any good. And this is what I say to people. I've been privileged to live abroad for a lot of years, do businesses abroad. What I say to people is, the abroad that you're running to is there as the abroad because the people that owns the country had refused to give up on the country. So there is no place that is readily made. It is because the citizens had decided to stay put and sacrifice whatever it would take because they are not ready to be a second-class citizens anywhere. You know, so I frown against JAPA. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with, I want to go do my university, I want to send my kids to university abroad. But a lot of things is wrong with, I want to send my children that are in primary school abroad to school. You know, there's a lot of things wrong with my kids are in secondary school, I'll be hustling and be sending money to them in secondary school. We have a lot of cases of people that have done that and they're regretting it today in all aspects, you know. So if you take that aspect of JAPA, for me, it is wrong. If you then take the aspect of JAPA that most of you youths nowadays would say, oh, what, I've been out of school, there has been hassle. We have it rough. We don't have it really good. We know. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I'm speaking to the youth now, you have to first of all ask yourself who you are. The JAPA of today is different from JAPA of the 80s. The JAPA of the 80s is different from JAPA of the 90s.
Yes.
JAPA of the 90s is different from JAPA of the 2000. So you have to ask yourself who you are, what you want out of life. If you really have your identity and you know who you are, it will answer a lot of questions for you. Then you will be able to then say, do I want to JAPA for life, sell my inheritance, even make my mother borrow money, and just go and I'm not going to look back? Or do I want to ruffle it here? I say to people that it is bad, but it is actually not really as bad as we make it to be. Because I have seen people in the abroad that lives hand to mouth, a lot of them. So your salary would come in as you've been told it will come in. But before you blink an eyelid, it is gone. So that's why it's a credit-worthy society. Everyone lives on credit. So you take someone that had JAPA 10 years ago that is doing legit job, right? I'm talking 2000s now. Like I said, JAPA of 80s is different from JAPA of 90s because like the Yorubas will say, bó ṣe wà ní gbàjà, ló wà ní banjo, something like that. As I will explain for you, Nana. So as we are facing challenges here, the abroad is facing their own challenges too.
Challenges is plenty than the other.
No, that's where I'm going. The abroad of let's use UK as a case study. Yes. The UK of the 90s is not the UK of today. I know people in the UK that calls me up for £200, £100, and these are working class people, husband and wife. So the point I'm trying to make is now, JAPA of this one that you guys are doing, the youth mostly, think well. Because the truth is, it does not make sense at the long run. Very few cases make sense. Say a husband gets it's a multinational job. Yeah. The wife gets the same. You get house allowance. You have a full package. That's a different conversation. But that is like 1% out of 99.
Yes.
But once your JAPA includes you, they said bring 3 million. When you bring the 3 million, when you get there, you get work. You'll now be going to school as well. Believe me, it's not worth it is just not worth it. Because whatever you think you'll be achieving in another 5-10 years, another problem we have now is that I don't know if schools no longer teaches it, but our youths don't think beyond now. So if you JAPA now, where are you in 10 years? So whatever it is they're promising you now, as you're going to JAPA in, put your worst case scenario here in Nigeria as well. Put it side by side. And we like to glorify negativity about our country. That's one thing that's one thing I know firsthand. So someone has been out of school for 15 years and is not doing well. That's the one we project. You don't project that person that thought outside the box and stopped carrying CV around and decided to do something that he loves to do and now is a success. We don't talk about our success stories to encourage others. We like to glorify the negative ones. So as I was saying, put these two beside themselves and make sure you get the right first-hand information. Every young girl and boy that has come to me for assistance to JAPA, I had refused to assist. Because I know for a fact that and most of them are very well talented, hardworking young people. I know that if they put that energy into what they're doing in Nigeria, they would be part of the so many success stories that I have already.
Well, I beg to although I want Prince to say his opinion before I say mine. I want to, what you stop. I'm not stopping you. I want to
it's okay.
Put a break because I'll ask you a question on that. I have a counter opinion because
I expect you to.
Yes, because I'm a young person, and I feel like Prince is pro JAPA, is pro anti JAPA. There's any word like that. I feel you're already consenting to her, and I hope I'm not losing my role model.
No, you're not. You're not.
Okay.
So for me, she has said a lot here, but I see JAPA now like a virus.
Virus.
In the sense that the youth, or how they call them, Gen Zs.
Gen Zs.
There's one
They
before
don't
those ones
believe-
too.
Yes,
Millennials.
so they
Okay.
don't believe that there is hope in Nigeria. So because, let me give for example, you studied law. You studied law, you decide you don't want to work in a chamber. But you want to earn money. There's nothing bad in you learning a craft. There are a lot of things that you can do if you feel like what you studied in school is not making you feel the way you ought to feel. Diversify. It's not until you leave the country before, okay, yes, you now feel like, okay, yes, I'm in a fertile land. For even those that even Japan, it's very weird that, okay, you just pack your things and say you just want to go to a foreign land. You don't have any relation, you don't have anybody that you believe that life will go well for you. It's not possible. It's just common sense. If you want to even live, at least learn something, handcraft.
So it is not against. Okay, let me say this. I'm a young person, and my perspective is going to come from a young person's point of view.
Yeah.
I'll give you names of people that are Nigerians looking outside this country, from Israel Adesanya to Anthony Joshua to Taiwo Awoni.
So let me cut you short. Let me even cut you short. Israel Adesanya, he know who he is. He's a fighter.
But I want to get there.
Understand?
Because you were talking. She was
He
talking
left
about
the
talent.
basis of Nigeria to go and further in combat. That's different.
But
So
the
I
question,
will agree with you on
okay,
this.
the question is this:
Someone else.
we have Taiwo Awoni, we have Kelechi Iheanacho, senior man, we have Victor Osimhen
Yes.
doing really, really well outside the
Yes.
country.
Yes.
I was listening to Awoni's story when he came to church.
Wait, don't get me wrong.
Eh,
I'm not saying that to JAPA is not good. If you want exposure, yes. But living here as a liability, going to another place as a liability again.
Yeah, sorry. Even if let me come in here
Does
now.
not even make
You
sense.
see, all of these people that you have mentioned, I could also mention people that had made it lemonade, a lot of it out of the lemon that Nigeria has given to us here. But that's not the bone of contention.
but you know that
these
it will take
people
a lot of
you
time
are. So
to do
what is
that.
wrong with building you and taking a lot of time?
Okay.
You see, that is what the
It-
problem
it-
is.
it depends on the career.
the people you are talking about that left, they left with value. See, I say to everyone, I said the worst thing you can do to yourself as a human being is not to have value. Value is like sugar. Ants will go where sugar is. People will look for you. If you have value in yourself, a lot of people say to me, especially in the industry I find myself, "Oh, Molara, you are arrogant." I said, no, I'm not arrogant. I know my worth. I have value. When you have value, wherever you are, you find yourself, even in countries that are worse than Nigeria, eventually you will make it. And this is what the problem is with you people of today. When we were growing up, you will be taught to make plan for yourself. So I know that at 25, I can't buy a 190. I have to work and save up and do this and do that so that maybe by 28, I can buy a 190. You guys have this mentality of today that 190E Mercedes. That should be Olore.
You need to explain that. That's classic.
They won't understand. Whatever you people buy now, it's okay, but you guys of today, you are looking, even to dressing to girls, and maybe I should address girls. A Beyonce wears an outfit and you are wearing it to go to classrooms, you're wearing it to go to church. Beyonce is an artist. It is what she does. That is her industry. A Davido buys a Rolls Royce. You are praying to God to make you a Davido. What do? You've studied engineering.
That may bad you brought
Excuse you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, people in your profession, in your line of business, how did they? You can still buy what Davido buys, but you'll be at the level of what is, how you have can in accounting, what do you have in engineering? You'll be at a certain level. Everything in life is stages. Even the Davido you're talking about, Bibiri Oshe Fowora, he met wealth at home, which was what helped him to elevate where he is. Even your Tiwa Savage is not, she didn't come, and he worked hard for it. So the family, whatever,
you said
added to it.
You know why I'm saying this? I understand your perspective, but if you look at it critically, if you are not born in a house of a wealthy man as a father, and you don't get trust fund packed for one side, you want offshore account, you cannot make it easy with something, especially if you have a footballing career, a sports career. Anthony Joshua begged Nigeria to be a boxer.
Yes.
Do you know that he wasn't given the opportunity?
I'm going to cut you there. Sorry. How many in our country? How many of us even believe in boxing as a sport?
Exactly.
See, this is why I said to you from the beginning.
Why don't you now go to a place where people?
Anthony Joshua's
appreciate
case
us?
is one, and you can't use that as a what do I call it? Let's talk about people that
experienced borrowed money to carry him.
What does Awoniyi do?
Awoniyi is
Excuse me.
a Nottingham Forest striker.
Football.
Yes, football.
Excuse me, 1 second. Excuse me. My Joe.
These people
Hold on, Joe.
have their
Please
focus.
move. Let's even leave sport and entertainment.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. People that goes into sport and entertainment, it's a completely different ball game, because sport is also entertainment, and people pay for entertainment.
Exactly.
People go out of their way, so you have fans. You have people. Look at when Davido did birthday.
Yes.
I even have my cousin gave him 100,000. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm never ever going to give you any money again. He said, no, it's Davido. So let's leave all of that out. Just like you have football fans, you have. So let's leave all of that out. Let's talk about. I don't want to use words that will be offensive. Let's talk about people that are let's talk about students.
Okay.
Students. Okay, let's talk about professions that is not entertaining.
Professions like medicine, yeah?
Yes,
like
that's where I'm going. Like law, hold on. Like law, like journalists, like engineering, like all of that, like geology. People that are, I'm bringing it back to the beginning again. If you call out a lot of people, my generation inclusive, and you were asked why, bring 10 students out and ask them why they have studied what they have studied, they will tell you, it comes down to we not knowing who we are and pursuing it. Most of the people you see that are studied medicine, they studied medicine because their dad wanted them to study medicine, their mom wanted them to study medicine. First of all, who are you? If you had given 4 years, 6, 8 years, whatever it is, because of ASO and all of that, to study what you feel that it is not you, because we can go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The fact remains that Nigeria is your country. What you see is what you get. So now you are in Nigeria. How do I make the best out of Nigeria? And that's why I have some respect for some of the so-called people in entertainment that have been able to, against all odds, came from nothing and rise to the top, So my this is where I see this JAPA thing. I am a Nigerian. I've studied journalism, whatever, because at that time that was what I got admission for. Otherwise, I'll stay home another year. I didn't want to stay home, or that's what my dad wants me to study, or that's what my mom wants me to study. I've done that. Part of me is gone. Now, who am I? What do I want in life? Keep a journal. This is me. This is okay. Why am I even going far? Maybe I should tell a little bit of my story. I didn't study agriculture initially. I only did courses years and years after. I did business administration, went ahead and studied journalism. I have a diploma in interior and exterior design and all of that. But I am in agriculture and I don't regret it. And my gospel today is agriculture.
But you understand that it takes time to get to where you are.
What is wrong with that? No, hang on. Let me finish with my line of thought. Let me finish with my line of thought. So I had wasted how many years to study, to even start with. My grandpa wanted me to read medicine. I was always failing physics, so that was mission impossible. So it got to a stage where and that's why it's good to read. Another problem with this generation is you don't read. You know, I read books.
They cram to pass.
Yeah, I read books that changed my life. So you sit down. Who am I? You said something at the beginning that you didn't live because you don't want your children to lose touch. You don't want your, you know. What sort of life do I want for myself? Do I want to have my wife in the UK with children, me, I'm here, and then my children just love me because I provide material and financial things? Or do I want a family where I can have bond with my children? You write it down. Okay, what do I love doing? What you love doing? What are the prospects that are in it for me in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? How can I achieve it? So you people are rushing through life. That's the problem. You don't. If you rush through life, you will rush back to the beginning. That's it. I know a lot of people. I know a couple actually in this same Ibadan. The husband was branch manager in a bank in this Ibadan. They were doing well. She was also in another bank. They were doing well. There was nothing I did not say. They said they wanted to JAPA. Sold everything. Got to the UK. Of course, trust Naira now.
So they're living on the corridor.
Which corridor? Now they are living like in a shelter homes, because after 3 to 4 months they could no longer pay house rent to live in just an ordinary neighborhood compared to people they were living in an estate here. So it's all you say. Everybody say you want to where are you jackpotting to? It is not as rosy. You are taking examples of the 1% that are succeeding, and they are succeeding, and most of these people are in strategic. Look at the Nigerians that are now in the top in the US. Go and look how many years they've been in the US. 20-something years. I don't know if you get my point. So, and they, if I'm sure if you sit them down and you talk to them, they will tell you they plan it. Everything is planning, is strategy.
But if they were in Nigeria, do you know that the possibility of them not getting to where they are abroad? I'm talking about environment. Environment says a lot.
There's a possibility they will get there in abroad as well. A very large possibility, especially in the United States.
Was a Nigerian man, an Igbo man.
Especially in the United States, there is a possibility that you'd even get shot on your way to work before you get to wherever it is you want to get to.
100.
But 100. I'm going from Lagos to Ibadan, and I'll be carried.
This is my problem with you guys. No, this is my problem with you. We've been kidnapped. The kidnapping issues started a couple of years ago, and now it is what everybody uses as example. Excuse you, they have been shooting themselves on the streets of America forever. You don't see Americans running and leaving America. Some people went to concerts, and one man went on top of the roof in America and was spraying bullets on people. They did not leave their town. They will tell you, what am I even saying? When there is natural disaster and there is flood, and even their own government is saying, vacate your house, you will see them, they'll say, this is my home. I am not going anywhere. Kilo nse Nigerians still share ni konkori. We all are in it together. In business, the money I've lost in this country, I can't say it on air, you know. Even investors' money that I have to be working to be paying back, but I ain't going nowhere. This is my country. This is home. Well, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there shouldn't. There should. I left this country before. When I left this country before, it's not to totally JAPA. That's why I was trying to tell you. Is to get exposure. That nobody is saying don't travel out. Nobody is saying don't get exposure. I am in Nigeria by choice. Not because I don't have plenty options. I am here because I want to be here. So it's different. I'm not. If I want to have your mentality that you are having, I will not even smell Nigeria. You sure I have people that asks me, that are close to me, and they see the challenges that I face on a daily basis. I call them Nigerian factor. They ask, "What am I punching me for?" Even him, I suppose, what are you doing here? You know, but because I know what I see, I believe in the country, and I have a vision of future that I know can only, especially in my industry, can only be achieved in Nigeria. Now, if you're telling me that people that are in IT, if you're an IT person, and you are insisting on where you want to JAPA to Eastern Europe, see, that's another problem. Tenny, you don't do your findings some very well.
Some people do.
No, it's a minority. If you come to me as a youth and you say, Auntie, you know I'm in IT, I want to relocate to any Eastern European country to to get more exposure, more experience. I'll ask you, how long do you plan to stay? You say 5-6 years. I want to be back in 7. I'll support you, because I know that is the home of IT. By the time you are coming back, you're not only a machinery to yourself, you're a machinery to me and the entire country. But then, auntie, this country is hard. We don't have anything to do. My mommy is even this. Then you now took your family land, you sell it. That's BS. So it's not the JAPA itself that is the problem here. It is the motive and how you people do the JAPA that is the problem, because every human being needs that level of exposure. You have to travel, you have to live outside to understand how the world operates. But to just say everything, I get tired of people always talking negative about Nigeria. I'm not having it for easy. The other day I put 40K. I had to tell him, if I'm coming here, you have to come and pick me, because of the fuel wala and all of that. So we all are in it together. But are we all going to run away?
Yeah, I agree. In a country of about 200 million people, it is very imperative that if you do not shine, or if you are not connected, you might live below the the poverty line. And it is now your responsibility as a person that if you want to make something out of yourself, I agree that you cannot decide to JAPA. You cannot leave your land and stay in a land that they can choose you any day.
Well, hundreds of you are doing it.
I agree.
Yeah, a bit of
but a lot of people feel like they get the hope that if I get this degree in the UK or in the US, I can, maybe after 2 years, move to another country. Then from there, grow wealth, which is almost...
How?
So that's
I keep asking a job, but abroad,
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Okay, for example...
Build wealth, how?
Okay, so... You people are saying Nigeria is hard. Like for me, for instance, I studied geology and mining. But what am I doing today? All of them.
May God. I got may God.
Am I not earning?
Yes. Is it not living well?
Do you understand? So, people are just traveling with dreams without vision.
As if the people there don't want to make wealth. The people that you are going to compete with them. Don't get me wrong. Some people are doing it well.
Yeah. An average Nigerian.
He's a British now. He's doing
so
megad here.
If I want to move, I'll just pick my red passport.
That's it.
But this is my country. And here is very fertile and it will work. If all of us can actually believe in this country will change. Even these leaders will have them at our control. Okay. But any small thing, I'm living the country.
I have a question for you on that. For example, now, after the election, post February 25 election, the rate at which people JAPA increased. Do you know why?
Why?
They felt that the generation before us, that are ruling guys, stole their mandate.
You want us to break the table? You want us to? I don't know your viewers. But this table you want to break? Can you people stand it?
Before the election, we saw people saying, "Okay, if this person becomes the president, I feel still run now. He has this particular idea. He has this particular this." Okay. But immediately somebody else got this mandate like this.
Okay.
Bam.
So who is regretting it now?
So are you on the side of people like MD that said the UK should not take more Nigerians? Yes, that guy that you're on his side.
Why should they?
I am saying to the camera that you're on his side.
Yes. People are even choking my country. Country right now.
They don't help you choke the country.
You don't stay for your me.
Do you know? Excuse me. Do you know how many British people that? What am I even saying? A lot of the working class British people would have to save for just one vacation. Why am I even saying vacation? Some of them now 2-3 years they go save, collect loan before they fit take one vacation in 3 years.
Yes, you have to save for 10 years.
No.
10 years.
No. You see, that is the problem. Because you know one of the problems we have. Everything we have in Nigeria is natural resources, so we don't appreciate what it means to have to work for anything.
True.
And I'll break it down for you. A country like Europe, where you have to work for every penny, they do not have the culture that you and I have, which is, oh please, I better find me 1K there. and if I don't give, they will say, or you just come to my house and eat, because we're so blessed, and now we are spoiled. That's the truth. That's the truth. Yes. And this generation, this generation, that this your generation, unfortunately or fortunately, our leaders before, they not even add salt to injury in your own people's case. You see, until your generation starts realizing that, first of all, there is nothing free in Freetown, and that everybody is responsible for who they become in life. There is nothing as such as a perfect government. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we are. Few months ago, I believe we didn't even have government at all. Now, thank God for that, we have government. You know. So until you guys start realizing and understanding that, then you see that, because the place you are running to, the place you are jackparing to, you know, some of them we post, when I was coming to this country, I only had 1 shoes. Now I have 2-3 shoes. They will display it. Excuse you. That's not even the point. It's a credit country. Once you keep a clean record, you can buy whatever, but have it in mind, you will be in debt until you die.
Yes.
Okay, you buy a house on mortgage and you're paying off the mortgage for the next 35 years. So you will work, or they'll make you work, pay till you die. Tall. No, car can a bicycle at the bus 11.
Flash you 2023, but the debt that
is on top of it, you don't see. So now let's come back home. Nigeria has given us plenty lemon. We agree. Like those kind of awesome where the really bitter soured one. But I am a strong believer that with the wealth that God has given us in natural resources, and I'm not talking crude oil in Nigeria, and with the wealth that God has given us when it comes to manpower, brain, we're too smart for this country. If we prioritize our priority and we divert all of this in the right direction, we have no reason. The only time we'll be in our own days to travel now, to go do shopping now. We dey go flange. We'll go gather money, say okay, it's time to go and flange.
You said, you mentioned something, and this for Prince. You mentioned something. You said the 80s different from the 90s JAPA. 90s different from 2000s. So if you remember those days, I know you're a UK person, so you understand. Those days where the years people like Burna Boy was born and Burna Boy maybe he was born in the UK, I can't remember.
Which year?
But it's probably the 80s or late 90s. You know, is
it that old?
Yes. In his 30s. So it probably the late 80s or early 90s. So those years where in the UK there was a particular set of people, then switching to 93, this June 10 time, when the country was in a very, very bad situation those years. I heard the story. I wasn't born in 93.
You were not born in 93?
Yes, I'm still a young man. So I was not born in 93, but I was close to being born. But so I now we now hear stories. I'll be 30 for God's sake.
You're good.
So if
age is a number,
you're not doing bad.
People left Nigeria then to the abroad, and I've noticed that I got to talk to somebody recently, and the person said that especially we in the southwestern part of Nigeria, we export ourselves to all those countries, but we see that we had a lot of people that went there. That bring fine to the medical doctors. We have lawyers.
Please define fine. Maybe that's where we need to start.
So okay, what is the definition of fine to you? Because as you say you can.
What's the definition of fine?
I want to be able to say that this is my blue passport, the red passport. So Abba now, Abba. Make me so I say this is my blue passport, the red passport. It's a flex on his own.
So you're not confident of your green passport?
My green passport gets me to the airport and I'll be stereotyped already. Now it's not my fault. I don't do internet fraud. I'm not a corrupt pot-bellied politician. I'm not that. But by circumstance, I'm already giving the red flag when you see me. Even if I'm
So what's the solution to that? What's the solution to that?
Energy.
What's the solution to that? What do you think the solution to that? The solution to that is for you to JAPA and go and get a red passport. Is that the solution to it? Does that change? No, it's not. It's not a solution. It's a temporary solution. That does not change the fact that you are. You're not even.
I'll change my name now.
It does not change the fact that you are a black man.
African.
Agreed.
African Nigerian.
That is it. Not only black. You are black African, not American African, black African, even if that your blue red passport is 50 years old. If anyone tells you otherwise, let them see me behind
Marcus
the
Rashford
scene.
is black, and we look alike. Yeah, so we are back now, and we want to take it on a very light note. Let's just make it.
This topic cannot be light, so just get used to it.
No. You know, my generation, we like violence. Now we get Twitter, but I want, we terror, tele.
Part of your larger problem.
Okay, let's talk about it. So we have a number of people that when they want to travel out, they do not tell their family. So I have a couple of questions relating to that. So this is it. What makes people believe that if they tell somebody they are traveling out, it will jinx? What makes them also go and meet their prayer fathers that Afa, when you know that you are going to the land of milk and honey, why do you need prayers? And also on the family related side and friendship, why do people lose friends because of JAPA? You didn't tell me, so you're no longer my friend. Then families are not together. Now even one particular brand, so they did an advert recently and they used the hologram because we're advertising 5G. To hologram to, I think you know the advert. I think it's a very popular brand. They use hologram to advertise their 5G, where the person could come and say hi in real life. Encourages the JAPA that even if you are to the uttermost part of the earth, you can always have access to your family. What is your personal view about it?
Okay, for me, the question you asked about why don't people...
The jinx, yes, the jinx.
Truthfully, if you're trying to process something and you're not even sure that you're going to get it, so what's the essence of even saying it?
So when you put it up to?
Yes, now it's the truth. You wait now, when you're sure, then you now speak.
Don't count
then
before they are out.
Yes, then for those that seek spiritual guidance, it depends on your religion, your person. If you feel like, okay, that makes you comfortable and confident that yes, okay, this is the way out.
But what you are saying is don't count your egg before they hatch. The eggs are hatched. Otiri visa, Otiri tickets. Okay. You spend 20 days in Nigeria before going to the airport.
So, like she said earlier, Nigerians will always have this negative perspective or energy of reality. You just believe that someone is hitting on me, they'll make my plane to crash, maybe when I reach the airport like this, they'll deport me back, So there's a lot of jealousy all around. In short, it's just negative energy. It's just negative energy.
So should it be a basis of friendship being broken? Some families will break because of that.
I don't think it's a reason to burn bridges. If someone decides to travel and does not tell you, the person has every reason. So why should they expect so much?
Why should they expect so much? Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I hope that's not your own perspective.
The first question I'm going to ask you is this. My own answers to this thing will break tables. I'm not used to your podcast.
We love violence.
So the thing is, all of us, we need to reorient ourselves. We need to unlearn. We need reorientation. We need to unlearn a lot of things and then relearn a lot of things. Any problem? That's the truth.
Wait. What are we unlearning?
A lot, and I'll give you one. Let me start with this. You see, there is this sense of entitlement that we have that is part of what our problem is. That is one. Factor. And religion has not done us well.
Yes, I agree.
Religion is, if religion is one of our main problems in Africa.
I agree.
To start with. Otherwise, if you have all it takes to get a visa, for heaven's sake, this is 2023 where Babalawo is drinking whiskey. So forget it that there is one witch somewhere that is doing something. The Babalawos are no longer drinking seaman schnapps.
Yes.
Do you understand? So if you tick all the tick boxes you need for US visa, if your friend is Ogbanje, why she never use the Ogbanje take better her own life? You and her, they share one room. So what's the big deal, either she knows or not? But of course I understand the part of preservation, that what is, and moreover, it's, if we were doing all of this because we're talking of, oh, it's preservation, I don't owe you any explanation, I have my life to live, which is the perspective I would look at it. I would undo things. I tell you because I feel like I should tell you. If I don't feel like telling you, I'm not telling you. Not because I feel that there is one babalawo come somewhere or one afa come somewhere that can use you, that you go to and then you spoil it for me.
Okay,
so do you get the point now?
So my welder sat me down one day and was telling me a story about a man, of how he was told not to tell his wife he was traveling out. That if he tells his wife
himself or
the man was maybe one of his spiritual fathers or something, told him
that the wife will spoil it.
This woman will spoil it too. So I think he traveled and his wife found out. Understand? Eventually the man did not know how he found himself back in Nigeria. We see people even walking down from abroad countries.
I don't.
So are you trying to say there is no?
I don't want to go religious way. Yeah, but.
But another day, you know that
there's power in the tongue. There's power.
I was going to say that. This man has spoken it into existence.
So
that is one. And another thing is, what you believe in is what happens to you. Practice it. So is what you call determination and all of that. If you say to yourself that me, Omolara, I'm going to become this, and you keep at it and you believe it and you work at it, you will become it. So there is a lot of, you see, most of these spiritualists, they've spoiled a lot of marriages and a lot of homes. So let's not even go there. The thing is the mentality and the motive behind this friendship and family thing that is being broken. That is my issue. Nobody owes you any explanation what they do with their lives. They are grown as adults. But where I have a problem with that is, if you have not disclosed to your friend, you're doing it because you feel that your friend will jinx it, or one pastor has told you not to tell your friend, that's BS. But you, the friend that they didn't tell, you don't need to take it personal. It's my life. I can decide not to tell you what I am doing, though that's a different conversation for husband and wife, sha. Let's not go there. But when we talk about we be paddy, you're my friend, we roll together, you know, we are very close. But if he does not tell me tomorrow that he's getting married, I'll look at it. He will have his reasons for not telling me. At the right time,
you would have attacked me. You that time.
Yeah, I know. At the right time, he will come to me. Of course, will I find it strange? As a human being, I'm like, waiting happen. Prince marry for where? Who choose the Ashwebi to start with? You know that kind of a thing. Like, who choose the Ashwebi? Now who choose the color of the day? Who is the girl? That's for this Ibadan, you know. But then I will not, because of that, stop talking to him, because I say, bro, I know you must get reason. I'll let it be. And time has a way of sorting out these sort of things. The part I don't understand is when, if I say, Prince, you didn't tell me, did they say I was going to spoil your marriage? Did they say I was? You understand? That's the one I don't understand. And that is our orientation, that we need to change. Nobody is jazzing you. Your thought, your mind, now they jazz you, and your negative energy. There is no jazz anywhere. It's true.
There's no jazz anywhere.
There's no jazz anywhere that is jazzing you. The point is, you have a friend, a roommate. Both of you, they trek halfway to get to UI together. So now your roommates get money. The only thing that your roommate will use the money to do is to go and jazz you, so you know go UK. I weak.
Valid point.
Do you understand? People where they jazz themselves na another level. No be JAPA level.
Jazz no the cost now.
Regardless, so even that 500 where they will go take jazz you, know, if you use and buy airtime. Do you understand?
Like what you said, there's actually no jazz. It's what you believe.
It's what you believe. Haven't we seen even in your African magic that they say some people, when they jazz them, it never works. It was always backfiring on them. Now, so that's where you suppose borrow yourself brain. That's how far where they tell you, say they jazz you. Why is it in Nigeria? Why own children never travel out? Do you understand? Well, not be they give gist where they call you, say they won't pray for you. They ask where you dey. You say you dey Abeokuta. Meanwhile you dey Ibadan. Why their jazz no show and say they like to them?
sometimes jazz go need glasses now.
Because I talk say if the guy really get jazz, as I if supposed to say Bobo,
yeah, in Ibadan, I can see you.
Sometimes the jazz might not be clear.
There is no network. Rain is falling.
We can be blown. Okay, so
you know?
we can still talk. We can still talk about how much this JAPA has affected families.
It has
people that
negatively.
There's no positive.
A lot. So okay.
Because people now marry with frames. You know, the frame of the wife of the husband.
The first day I saw that thing.
That person that is in the frame does not have passport.
And people,
if the person cannot go back.
That's why.
Nothing
or even if he could come and go back, no money because he's living on what you call it, hand to mouth.
Let's even forget about
the money.
Tó bá fi lè wá lásán. The person cannot go back.
Kò lè padà lọ. That's it. Let's even leave all of that. Let's leave all of that.
And people that, before you answer that question, and you know, people that get married and carry their wives outside the country, husband outside the country, then bam, marriages break.
Before, because the culture is different, expectations are not met.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
And it's not even easy.
And we are all human. Expectations are not. And see, you are a product of how you are brought up, the first 10 years of your life, and your environment. That's it. That's it. Who you are, the first 10 years of your life plays a lot of role in it. And then the environment in which you find yourself. So, not going into husband and wife matter. We have been brought up as Nigerian women, not your generation. Okay, you are here, your husband is here. Then all of a sudden, you even said that those days they wouldn't even, that likes of me, we don't get markets. They'll go and get those ones that are really, really timid girls, you know, like that are timid, that believe that you're doing me a favor, and then they will carry them, they will travel out, and the girl will now in church meet another auntie from her village that is doing things, telling the husband, go and change baby sniper. Did that? She like, as a woman, I can do this. Of course now, oh my job berini, oh my japosaya.
Go japosaya.
Do you understand? So they now come, I'm crying over spilled milk. I brought her from Nigeria. My wife is what do you excuse you? Excuse you, sir. What do you expect?
I'm not there.
What do you expect? So and the same goes for some women too, that we come here and then they will meet boys, they will say, oh, I brought him to this country. We see them a lot around, you know, in London. You know, we brought it to them, country. Oh, you now went and impregnated.
Sorry, do you need a lift? Do you know where you're going to? I could give you a lift.
So what do you expect? You know, so these are all the issues that you people don't put into consideration before you say you want to JAPA this.
I would ask you a question. I have a professional. I studied electrical engineering in school, and throughout my years of schooling, I've had opportunities of scholarships I did not put into. I think I had a couple. So, but now the way I am, I feel like I can get the best of advanced engineering outside the country.
Yeah, go do your courses 3, 4, 5 years, come back home.
Yes. Yeah.
But in the process of you doing the JAPA, don't sell all your inheritance and make your mommy take loan from Gbomule Lanta.
But if
don't do that. Or discourage other people that are here that as if like they have no hope.
If I join a big firm tomorrow, I can buy the whole area of my daddy's land, in my daddy's area, or my mom's area.
No, so what? No, hold on. That is if you think of it. That's one, and that is the mentality that is killing a lot of people. Because the chances of you still not making it big out there is there.
Very high.
And it's very high. We're not saying you can't make it big, but the chances that you may not make it big out there is there. So that it's all about planning, like I said earlier. So you don't put all you have in one basket. Leave room for you to be able to come back home to something. So when you are doing your JAPA, don't exhaust all you have. The couple I used as an example earlier, they had the house they built to lintel, they sold. They had the land they've not developed, they sold. They had 2 cars, they sold. So even if she wants to carry the children to say they are coming back home now, there is nothing they are coming back home to. Meanwhile, I have my girl, I will send her this podcast, may she watch. Very smart girl, very calculative Ibadan babe. When she wanted to do her own JAPA, she makes sure say first of all she gets fall back, what do you call it, safe landing.
Yeah, backup.
So when she went there after 2-3 years, based on 1 + 2 3 4, she was not getting what she was getting. She came back to her safe landing. Humble beginning again. She said, sis, you understand, at least I don't try get exposure. If they talk, I can also do the phone. I know where I live and all of that. This slip from my nose, and I don't get connect for there. So she come back from here, ask me 1 or 2 questions, started they send food abroad, they earn USD. Do you get my point? That a girl wey know wetin she dey do. But you people will just pack everything. You will not because your only hope now will not be surviving in that abroad. But you forget that as you dey get hope to survive in that abroad, people from Ghana, South Africa, Togo, India. Tanzania, India,
Pakistan.
So at the end of the day, your competition. When I was living abroad, it was my problem were other Africans, especially Ghanaians. The moment you're in Nigeria, Ghanaians, Cameroonians, all West African countries, they see you as a threat. This I will say on top. If you go to their country, this I will say on top of the mountain anywhere.
A couple of places, and they will.
I was at a period living on an island in the UK, and I opened the first Afro-Caribbean shop. The problem I had was first of all the Ghanaians that were there. She met us here, so you that you are carrying, and in Nigeria, I know you say I love this country. I know what to expect. We all know the level of our madness. So if you bring it like this, I bring it like this. If we are to phone, we phone. If we are to say Asho Shireni, we do it together. I know what to expect in Nigeria. But the JAPA that you are going to JAPA, you have at least 10-15 other competitions waiting for you. If it's about academics, in my daughter's school, right, you go see Asian children wey no near you 2-3 years, they clear as in their brain is working 24 hours. So anywhere you find yourself, the competition is there. You want to talk about people in accounting that are in multinationals, make we no call their names. The Nigerians that are there because they know that we're smart. Even the indigenes, if it's like in the UK people working in the accounting firm, they see them as a threat. They gang up against them, the Ghanaians, the Canadians. So make una dey calm down. Nobody is saying don't travel. Nobody is saying don't have exposure. But use your head now. You just pack everything. No safe landing, nothing. You say you are going. And that's why you see a lot of them. When they rush out, they come back crying. Or they now stay there. You now have like your brothers. I lived in London for 35 years. Excuse me, sir, cancel house. I've lived in that motor 10 why is still on high push. She's 35. I want to still in Ibadan. Just 35 years ago, and to ship pure water factory alone is living in his own house, fully owned. He has his car. His children are doing well. So at the long end of the day, with all this JAPA, at the end of the day, I'm not talking about now. How far?
But
and how well?
But
and how
like
well?
We said, JAPA is not enough reason to burn bridges. It's not enough reason for you to feel hurt that
somebody didn't tell you.
Not tell you that I'm traveling.
Wait, and everything they tell our mothers, gone. Even you yourself, is it everything you tell your mother?
It's not. It's not enough reason to burn bridges.
No, but if you marry, you don't tell me for this. For this Ibadan. Anyway, the girl they go don't tell her say there is one year you have to.
but so it's a quite an interesting topic, and I also believe personally that my mindset is getting a very strong
you know what?
Are you planning to JAPA?
No, I'm not planning to JAPA. I'm not planning to JAPA.
The conversations we've been having here. What is the basis? Why are people leaving Nigeria to live elsewhere?
The foundational problem.
No good delay.
No, I'm just saying the foundational
is structure.
Okay.
It's the structure.
It's the structure of the country. Yes, we know that we don't really have a structure, but you can make a structure
for yourself.
But how well would the structure? Do you know that not all fingers are equal?
I agree with you.
Some animals are more equal than the other, according to Animal Farm.
Yeah.
You see, if you come from a place where your parents have no opportunity,
I'm going to cut you short there. No, wait. I'm going to cut you short there. I'm in agriculture. Ola, if you I don't think you will watch. You'll be in the farm. Ola's mother and father are both farmers. I think the both are still alive. Ola came to me and loaned, I think, 20,000 naira in 2016. Ube Esinta Ekburo.
What's a borrow?
Canal shaft. He came again and borrowed another 100,000. I said it before. Ishe onpanyo ayo longpanyo. You people are spoiled. Do you understand? Today, Ola lives. Ola did not say that, oh, let me go to Lagos and make it big. He started with that nothing that he had. It was difficult. But today, don't build house for him, mama. Now, what does he sell? What does he do? Charcoal and palm oil. Now you'll be storing up palm oil. In December, he will sell it. 2021, he said, Ma, if we got a fellow London just to show them where I can go there.
Yes. Go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Shop and come back.
He said he just wants to go to London just to show them where he can go there. That what is it? I said, the dollar pounds is high now. Well, he said, no, Iloni, what is it?
He has the money. There's nothing like it.
The next I heard, he's bought a flat in Lekki. It should be they are shouting, if you are big, you must live in Lekki. No, I live in Oyo, but I have tenants in Lekki. You people need to set your priority right. Until tomorrow, he's still selling his palm oil and his charcoal, and he can't meet demand. He can't meet demand. Let us tell ourselves the truth. But no, you people want to. The next is, hey, I want to live in Aerodrome. Aerodrome, the latest in Badrabi, is there Akobo? You know? Kolakpo Ishola. You know? You can live in Kolakpo Ishola in another 20. Nkoto down Tonloja. My grandmother used to tell me. And she say, Omolara, see, all these ones they are driving today in another 2 years is old version.
Right.
In another 2 years.
It's old version. This building, when they built it, I went to Aberdeen. This is my school, Aberdeen school too. Those time, all this building was not even a shopping mall. It was Ileoni Petes. Yes, Ileoni Petes, because I was born in Orogu. Yeah, my family house is there in Orogu. You know, this area was I used to, you know. I used to, you know, and I'm going to UI, my white and black, always on point with my, you know, split and everything. Right. I mean, when I look at that, my grandfather house, I'll be like, this house where this man, they compress everybody. Do you understand?
Nothing to do.
Do you get my point? So if you plan yourself, you know yourself, you plan yourself, and you say, okay, this is where I want to get to. How many years sacrificing, even in this Nigeria? I'm not saying Nigeria is rosy. Don't get me. Nigeria don't show me. Like, forget.
But it's getting better.
But we are getting better. That is where I'm going.
Now, when you even said that we have a new, you just had government. I know that. I know where you are getting better comes from.
Don't you have a government?
No, because you're trying to
I have no say in this.
LP or what did you do?
But we have a government. Go and look at it. Don't think of party now. In the history of Nigeria, either what he's doing is right or wrong. Which of our presidents had entered and is just acting as coming in, knowing what to do. Forget whether the decisions are right or wrong, but at least he is acting.
Not even that. Proper Democrats picking from different tribes.
So how it comes out, that one is what is it called?
That person you're talking about, will you do this thing? We'll go and park Igbo people there.
Let's see, maybe we or not, we don't know, but that's not even the point. The point is right now, at least we have an active government. Not before. We don't know whether we had government or not.
You are saying that because now what you said initially was because people don't want to go through delayed gratification, they want to make it on time.
You want to eat.
Yes.
Maybe that's your slang. Say I go soon eat. Both Girilefe colony, I don't know.
The major problem is not social media.
It's the devil for this generation.
You will see somebody, he look at the weather is so nice, he go and snap and tell you, whoa, the sky is blue. He put Toronto location. After he snapped the picture, the nigga has picked his broom and he's sweeping the floor.
You know the one that freaked me out, one of your models.
Earning well. The only difference is the currency.
Yeah.
But you're living better.
Yeah. No, on 100, me I say it. I live in Nigeria, but nobody can come and say, oh, that's your Nigeria. I say, anyway, okay. Anyway, people that knows me won't try. Because again, like I said, the exposure is good. I've seen it there and I've seen it here. And I decided to,
structure, we agree,
you know, but
from hand to mouth.
These people that has good structure, is all packaging now.
Yes,
Bagbe, need 2000 and...
I'm going to tear abroad down for...
no, but it's true. In 2000 and Emma was war. 2006, my first time ever in New York. No, Obama is 2008, I believe.
Yeah, Obama was
2007. In 2006, 2007, my first time ever in New York. My late husband of blessed memories would have bear me witness to this. I go for fashion show now. Big girl. I stayed on 8th Avenue, Hilton, you know, and all of that. From the door, I see how the black man, they like say, welcome. I say, what's the happen? Omo, I go upstairs, I won't watch CNN. I put CNN. You know, resemble waiting at the watch for Nigeria. There has been breaking in Kinikon, county of Kinikon. There has been shooting in I pick phone. I say, babe, what's up? Are you watching CNN? He said, yes. What are they showing? He's in. He tell me, I said, there is 2 CNN. He said, yes, that's the local.
Yes, now. They give us what they want.
I trip. I was like,
Yes, now.
So this is America. I go downstairs. I saw the black man. So I said, excuse me, sir. This the CNN. What you say? Yeah. You know, he start to dey talk. That's why I look. In that your same New York, you know, reach from the 8th Avenue. I was behind Waldorf Astoria. I see my brothers on the street. Gucci, you know, designer bags, hawking. The same New York. I no even come talk. When I carry taxi from front of the hotel, say they take me to Queens. The man ask me, "You sure, man? Are you sure, man? Are you meeting up with someone like you sure?" Say as they look you like this now, Queens. You won't go?
Yeah, like
you asking if you can spend that money.
Not the money. Queens is dangerous. What's dangerous then?
Yes,
you know. And when the man reach one side, he tell me say no, they go again. He say maybe make I call the person I won't go meet.
Because
I'm here now sightseeing. I don't dey here. I don't watch for. What America, they come to America. Now just sightseeing. I won't go do with my own money. So when I told the man that I just want to know where Queens is, the man look me like say, "Are you okay?" You know. So the point I'm trying to make is that we're even going to the US. Let's come back to UK. It's like you say you they live for Peckham. Peckham is Lagos.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Peckham in God knows what, but I'm not saying people living there. I'm not talking down on anyone.
No.
Why? It's still better.
Bere.
Thank
Why
you.
did you say bere?
No, but that's what it is. You know, no, because there's in Peckham there is Yoshun, there is Babalawo, there is yeah. So even their abroad is overhyped. So what are you?
Peckham is bere.
Yeah,
If you want to know what Peckham is all about, ask Naamari. He will tell you.
He will tell you, yes.
Yeah, that's his root.
That's his roots. That's why he grew up and all of that.
Peckham boy.
You know, he sang with it. I'm sure he mentioned it.
Where you see entertainment.
So we're not the same way you have your Banana Island. The same way it is abroad.
Safe.
Yeah.
See one small boy, you
knifing.
Shoulder, just do jackknife.
Bam, and they know where to put it. You're gone. So please let us be guided. Nobody is saying don't get the exposure. Nobody is saying don't jackpot, but be like my little safe landing. 2-3 years she checked this. They were doing her shakara with what leave to remain. What do you call that thing? You know, in the UK, you know, she look herself, the money, the way she they made from work, everything, the wahala. Then the one another one she mentioned, she now say, sis, for the 3 years when I go, I know she'll say 4 men toast me. Me will be say I be superstar for Ibadan. That girl is something else. She said, the code self no go even gree you show waiting you the package where your mama give you say abeg I don't tire, I don't come back. You know, so everywhere has its ups and downs. We just need to, you know, set our priorities straight, you know, and then believe in this country that things are still going to get better.
Thank you very much.
And Japan is not enough reason
to bomb bridges or
separate families. It's not enough reason.
Kilo day.
One last thing as parting was how we don't know the problem, the root cause of the JAPA. There are other reasons, but you know, the reasons why people are ready to throw away everything to a future that even most of them know they are not even sure of. But I feel like as individuals, it's our duty to educate people.
No, a lot of us have been brainwashed. Sadly. Religious brainwashing.
Religious.
Yeah, the whole new topic.
Religious.
It is. You have to liberate yourself from it. We're all guilty of it. I liberated myself from it.
I don't want to shift from the topic, but I don't know if it's right for me to say it.
Yes.
I said, man, he calls himself maybe a pastor. It's the
subjects. Yeah.
Yes. They'll come, he'll put his leg on their head, then he'll wash his leg, then
That should be a crime.
he'll wash his face in the bucket.
And they would don't finish that.
Then they use a cup, give them the juice.
So you should finish it. No.
So coming back to what we're saying.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
So there's this picture out there that shows like Nigeria, there's no way, there's no hope.
And that's
We need
the
to change
root
that
cause.
narrative. And we
That
need to change that
negative
narrative.
energy.
We need to change that narrative.
Is the main problem we have. Even though yes, we don't have a good structure. But like we said earlier, you can make a structure for yourself.
Self. That's it.
You can make peace for your own self, comfort for your own self. You don't need to look at what's happening sideways. Do you understand? Just focus. Like she said earlier, believe in yourself. Have a vision. It's not till you leave the coast of these lands that you will prosper. Yes, maybe some people, yes, destiny. You travel and you make am. Now because say you travel, if you still did in Nigeria, you go still
Make am. That's
just
it.
Change of environment.
That's
change
it.
of environment is good.
And the exposure is good. I won't
But
lie.
don't say there's no hope
For you here.
here.
And always leave that space, that chance of you. This is home.
We should even advise them if one wants to even JAPA, make sure you learn a handcraft too, because the only jobs that are there is cleaning.
You sure want you. Caregiver.
Yeah, to be carrying
Old people's.
all those kind of things. They are not proper jobs there. But at least if you have something that you can do with your hands, you will earn better. Like for the ladies, the braids that they do you know how much they earn?
Kò sówó lórí ẹ̀ mọ́, excuse you. Kò sówó lórí ẹ̀ mọ́ because all those our children that we send to uni there, all of them learn it now before they go. Ìyẹn tún kọ́. I said the competition is higher.
Yeah.
You see here, see me, I like when I know what I'm getting into. That's why I tell you, I know what I'm getting into. I know what my competition is. Do you know Ghanaians too? They travel, they learn how to braid.
Yeah.
South Africans too, they Togolese people wear their hands smooth pass our own day. Omo gbagbe now. I leave this thing. The thing is, make sure you have safe landing if you have to come back, and be sure of what you are going to do. Not my friend is there. If my friend can make it, I will make it.
Yeah.
Excuse you. Even twins that they born the same day, they have different paths.
Exactly.
Their path is not the same. So
Thank you very much for coming to this episode on Disclosure with Stride. We love to always have you around anytime you are also free. Thank you for giving us insights. As you don't call us
if
this.
God relate to people here,
Answer a question.
Yes.
You personally.
if he's going to Japan.
So if you have the opportunity to travel, would you leave?
I don't believe in leaving my roots. Like I said initially, I don't believe in raising children where they will not know the agenda and the likes. So
they can be he, she, or they, or
I
somebody.
agree with you on
So,
that culture.
yeah, culture
Or
is
a
very
cat.
important to me because I don't want my lining to just. So I would want to leave the country to get exposure.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a couple of good certificates and a couple of other degrees, but
I agree on that.
to make
Don't
money
make
these
sense.
days is in this Nigeria.
Oh, so you people know that one.
No, not all. Not everybody knows.
No, he knows.
Not everybody knows.
Good that you know. I like to know people that knows that.
Shall my advice to every Gen Z.
And
If you
millennial.
want travel.
He is millennial. He's not Gen Z. Are you not millennial?
No, don't worry. Let's just
Gen Z. Okay.
to every person that want to travel, either old
Or young.
or
Middle.
just make sure say before you leave, you've done some courses. Because all those courses that will make you to get a job. Maybe one kind
And you can speak language in the country you are going.
Then also accommodation. You
Now
won't
they
sell
finish
all
their
your
money.
Things, then next you will not be staying as like a refugee in
Uh,
another person's
asylum.
land. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if one can put these things at the back of your mind. You can travel, wish you well, but we that in Nigeria will come and be sending you money. Because the truth is, yeah, we understand there's no structure, but we should believe in Nigeria.
Yes. If all of us JAPA, what is left?
JAPA is the way out. JAPA is not the way out.
In this same Nigeria, even your entertainment, don't you have Patoranki? Is that not his name? All those ones that started from nowhere now.
People are living their lives and all that. Yes, it's good. It's good to tour. It's good to experiment. But never leave your base.
Never leave your base.
Never leave your base.
Never leave your base.
Don't forget home.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out.